It's time to get rowdy with Rusty this week in wrestling on That Way Cool Wrestling Show Breakout.
Hello, it's time once again for another episode on the DJB Productions Network of That Way Cool Wrestling Show Breakout. Episode number 13, Danny J back at DJB Productions, pushing the buttons. We got a lot of news this week. So I would encourage you, not only this week, but every week, wait till the end of the video, but especially this week, got a lot of stuff, so I got to get right into it. The first item comes credit from Danny J. The WWE bans the buckle bomb. Now, what the buckle bomb is basically a power bomb move into the turnbuckle. They banned it because it was giving people too many jam necks and things like that. So as much as I crap on WWE, not only in this report, but in past and future reports, I got to give the WWE credit for that. Moving right along, here's an interesting development. Conrad Thompson of the Bruce Pritchard and Ric Flair. He's Ric Flair's father-in-law. He married one of Ric Flair's daughters, Megan. But Conrad Thompson is the guy that does the podcast with Bruce Pritchard and many other wrestling celebrities. Unfortunately, probably more famous than this podcast, but we'll get there someday. Has issued a trademark for the Four Horsemen name. And also, Arn Anderson and Cody Rhodes are with Conrad on this. So I wonder if we're beginning to see the beginning stages of an AEW Four Horsemen faction. I do know that Tully Blanchard is with Shawn Spears now, and they had Shawn put a glove on, much like the 1980s Barry Windham Four Horsemen gimmick. So I wonder if the Four Horsemen trademark name is tied to this. I know that WWE let the Four Horsemen trademark expire. So that's why Conrad Thompson and others are trying to get the Four Horsemen trademark. And Cody stole a lot of trademarks from WWE already. So more details as that become available. Some disturbing news here. Ted DiBiase, yes, Ted DiBiase, star from the 70s and 80s, and most notably in the WWE as the $1 Million Man, is in trouble with the Mississippi state government as his ministry, the Heart of David Ministries, is in trouble for misappropriating of funds of over $2 million. Coincidentally, Ted DiBiase and his family have put one of his Mississippi properties on the market for $1.5 million. 1.6, actually. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. $1.6 million. So more details as that becomes available. AEW announced that Fighter Fest will air on TNT this week, not this week, but this month, as part of a 2-week episode starting July 1 and July 8th. I didn't mean to say this month. I apologize. July 1 and July 8th, AEW Fighter Fest will be on TNT. I think that's instead of a regular traditional pay-per-view. I think that's because of the coronavirus. So once again, repeating, to clear up any confusion, AEW Fighter Fest, July 1st and July 8th on a 2-part episode of AEW on TNT Dynamite. WWE salary pay cuts continue for office employees and producers. No additional layoffs, however, thank God. And the pay cuts do not affect the wrestlers because the wrestlers have contracts, and that would mean a breach of contract. So basically, anybody that doesn't have a contract with WWE is getting their pay cut. Here comes the come on man moment of the week. Rob Gronkowski, NFL player for now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, formerly of the New England Patriots, lost his 24/7 title. And my old buddy and tag team partner, Mark Lindsay, would say, who the hell cares about the 24/7 title? I agree, Mark, in case you're watching this. However, this is important. The Rob Gronkowski lost the 24/7 title at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium when a Tampa Bay Buccaneers employee and friend of his puts on a WWE referee shirt and counts the 3 count as R-Truth Ron Killings rolls Rob Gronkowski up for the pin. So let me get this straight. A person that's not even a WWE employee and a person that's not even a WWE licensed referee gets to count the pin for the 24/7 title. That's my come on man jackass moment of the week. Speaking of Mark Lindsay, be sure to watch me and Mark on our show Point Counterpoint right here on the DJB Productions Network. This week's episode will be with Johnny McIntyre, the same Johnny McIntyre that is on Messing with the McIntyres right here on the DJB Productions Network. We're talking about Johnny's favorite subject, bar wrestling. That'll be a few minutes of your life you'll probably never get back, but at least you'll have fun with it. Some good news. My old friend and hopefully former guest here on the DJB Productions Network, Bobby Fulton, announced this week that he is cancer-free. So all the prayers worked for you, Bobby. In case you don't remember Bobby Fulton was part of the 1980s Fantastics with Tommy Rogers. Tommy Rogers died some years ago, but Bobby's still around, and we're happy to report Bobby is cancer-free. Thanks to former independent worker and my old buddy Chuck Coates for reporting that information to me this week. Dave Meltzer is reporting that the Drake Maverick layoff thing that I and many others reported here recently was nothing more than an angle by WWE. So I guess I got worked by Vince McMahon. Well, that'll be the last time that'll happen, old Vinnie Mac. The next item of news, the Kairi Sane and Nia Jax match recently on WWE. Kairi bled, so WWE reshot at least part of that match. No word on if the blood was work or shoot, but Kairi posted on Facebook that she is looking for revenge. And my buddy Devin Hannibal Nicholson from the HannibalTV.com reported that information in his wrestling review this week and says that he went back and looked at the tape, and it looks like that too is a work by WWE. And why you would reshoot a match like that, excuse me, people, it's pro wrestling. It's supposed to be some blood in it, for God's sakes. This ain't nursery school. If you can't handle the heat, get the hell out of the business. Congratulations to Bray Wyatt, better known as Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda, Mike Rotunda's son, and Stephanie Rotunda, which is also Blackjack Mulligan's daughter. Congratulations. So that would make Bray Wyatt their son and Blackjack Mulligan's grandson. Congratulations to Bray Wyatt and former WWE ring announcer JoJo on the birth of their second child. The XFL is in fact in bankruptcy. Have mercy. However, the first $9 million when the bankruptcy settles gets to go back to Vince McMahon, because somewhere before the bankruptcy, Vince McMahon made himself the primary creditor, and he is saying that the XFL, when it clears bankruptcy, owes him $9 million. So we won't have to have any sympathy parties or any food stamps for Vince McMahon, I don't think. Next item, Ric Flair does in fact hold the copyright to the man trademark and was given an undisclosed payoff by WWE to settle up the lawsuit that he had with WWE regarding Becky Lynch using the man as her monitor when she was in WWE. And then WWE extended his contract. So I guess you can sue WWE, and then after you sue them, they'll give you a big payoff and a new contract. Oh boy, maybe that should have been the come on man moment of the week. In AEW ratings news, AEW wins again, 730,000 to NXT 715,000. Both companies, however, the ratings were down this week. AEW does win slightly, 730 to 715. Total Bellas on the E Network and the WWE Network even beat NXT this week. That shows you how bad NXT has gotten. Raw once again, Maniac Mark Lindsay. Oh, Rusty, you're not as refined as I am. You're a little rough around the edges. Well, check this out. Raw once again gives the second lowest rating in the history of Raw. So, Mark, something's going wrong with your Raw, buddy. Some sad news here. Combat Zone Wrestling, known as CZW, a longtime wrestler Danny Havoc passed away at the age of 34. No reason was given yet, but it doesn't sound good when you pass away at 34. I have to wonder if there might have been some heart or even some drug issues, but I hate to speculate. That's only speculation on my part. I'll have more news as more news comes out about that. Special thanks to Danny J for some of the news this week. I did some of the news, and special thanks to Devin Hannibal Nicholson for providing me with some of this as well. Let me do my programming plug here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel right here, the DJB Productions Network, so that you get all the programming that we do as a labor of love here on the DJB Productions Network. You got Messing with the McIntyres with Johnny McIntyre, as I mentioned earlier in this show. You got Capes Not Included, which is about comic books. You got The Man Cave, which is with former WCW and ECW wrestler Vito and Danny J. They talk about a variety of subjects. That's an adult program, so keep your kids away from that. But all the programming, not just the wrestling stuff. And then again, don't forget myself and Mark Lindsay do Point Counterpoint, which is a debate style show about things positive and negative going on in the world of pro wrestling, as well as That Way Cool Wrestling Show and That Way Cool Wrestling Show Breakout, 2 different shows right here on the DJB Productions Network. So if you subscribe to the channel, you get all the great programming on the DJB Productions Network. So until then, we'll see you next week, same time, same channel, right here on the DJB Productions Networks. Thank you, Danny J, for pushing the buttons. Until then, keep pro wrestling alive, everybody. We'll see you here next week.
Thank you for listening to That Way Cool Wrestling Show Breakout. We'll see you at the matches. Goodbye, everybody.